Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Time. I'm your host Thomas, coming to you live once again from the beautiful vineyards of Napa Valley to continue our series, our Sub-Appellation series. And today I'm filming in the STAGS LEAP District Sub-Appellation, which happens to be one of my favorite little districts in Napa Valley. About 15 years ago I came on a vacation here to Napa as a young wine professional, and we decided, me and my friend, to only stay in the STAGS LEAP district and just visit all the unique little wineries inside this district and really figure out the wines here and how they tasted and really get a feel and a flavor profile of the Cabernets of STAGS LEAP district. Now I say Cabernet because Cabernet accounts for about 80% of the plantings here in STAGS LEAP district. It's a relatively small area, about 2,700 acres. About 1,200 acres of that is planted to vine. Mostly Cabernet Sauvignon, a little bit of the other Bordeaux varieties, and they do a little bit of Petit Syrah here. That's really excellent at some of the wineries as well. It's a very historic place. Some of the first vineyards were planted way back in the 1800s. In fact, the first winery was the Occidental Winery in 1878. And something really cool is that I decided to film right by the Occidental Winery, which eventually became the Ragusea vineyards. And so that's right here, kind of a cool pre-Prohibition building right there. After Prohibition and after kind of the destruction of the wine industry here, the first guy to plant vines again in the STAGS LEAP district was a guy named Nathan Fay. He planted about 70 acres of Cabernet Sauvignon in 1961. And he sold most of that Cabernet to the Heights family, Joe Heights, of Heights Cellars, and they produced one of the first single vineyard designate Cabernet Sauvignons here in Napa Valley. That would go on to be purchased eventually by STAGS LEAP Wine Cellars, which is another historic property here in Napa. STAGS LEAP Wine Cellars was responsible for the Cabernet that won the Judgment of Paris in 1973. What's really cool about that, and another fact behind the Judgment of Paris, is about 10 years later they did a retasting of all the wines that were associated with the Judgment of Paris, and the 1972 Clos de Vol, which is the property just 2 properties over, the 1972 won the tasting again. So exceptional Cabernets here that compete with all the different Cabernets in Napa Valley and compete with the Cabernet grown all throughout the world. It's an absolutely beautiful place. It was established for mostly its soils, beautiful volcanic soils that come off in a road off the Vaca mountain range down in here to the valley, and also the soils of the Napa River that flows through the west side of the appellation and brought in different clay and loam soils. And I would say the Cabernets here are rich and round and have a lot of dark berry flavors. There's almost like a really unique savory quality to the Cabernet Sauvignon grown here in the STAGS LEAP district. A little bit hard to kind of verbalize, but once you taste them, they all have this kind of like real savory, mouth-watering, rich tone to them with a firm tannin, but kind of ripe and round tannin, and they're just very delicious wines. I would definitely recommend doing a trip here to Napa Valley and focusing on the STAGS LEAP district. It's such a high concentration of fabulous wine here. We have Ragusea right here where I'm standing. Next door neighbors is Chimney Rock, who make exceptional Cabernets. Next to them is Clos de Vol. On my right hand side here is STAGS LEAP Wine Cellars. Further down the road you have Schaefer, you have Quixote, STAGS LEAP Winery, you have Odette. Just beautiful properties. Pine Ridge, Silverado Vineyards. It's a very densely populated place for Cabernet Sauvignon, and all of them are really, really good. So get over here to the STAGS LEAP district, guys, and enjoy these beautiful, beautiful vineyards. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click your notifications on, and keep helping me support this beautiful channel. Thank you guys so much.